Hello and welcome to a teaching on practices and disciplines. Many people teach spiritual practices and disciplines, but few teach what it is like doing them and what they are learning from the experience. I believe we can teach the sensations and experiences if we persist in learning how. This requires much focused thought, introspection, and inward investigation. We will need to know ourselves more and more. Prayer, meditation, worship, solitude, study, fasting, etc. All the disciplines require our inward focus and concentrated effort to think differently. The goal is to learn. Without a learning mindset, we likely will not learn. Watch the episode Learning Parable at inwardauthority.com. Here is another parable called Practices and Disciplines. There were 3 students who wanted to know God. The students found a book describing actions to take for improving their spiritual condition. The first student read the book, but did not put into practice what the book said to do. The student fully devoted himself to reading. He read the book so much he could quote it. He led others in a book study and even wrote a book about the book. He understood the words in it as good as anyone, yet he never emotionally and spiritually learned the meta message within it. Besides the comprehension about the message of the words, his inwardness never changed. He never experienced the sensations he could have got through doing the practices. The second student read the book, but didn't think much about it. She quickly decided she did not understand it and believed she couldn't understand it. She read the book enough to learn the actions described in it. She put into practice new actions, but did not ponder her inward experiences. Instead, as she went about the actions, her mind focused upon how it was a waste of time and how she wasn't getting anything out of it. She failed to learn her inward hurt and distracting thoughts. Because of her avoidant mindset, she did not learn anything, except that the practices did not work. Her practices fell short in attitude, effort, willingness, and humility. However, she justified herself as successful because she read the book and did what it said to do. The third student read the book and learned about the practices. This student was confused about the information, but continued to thoughtfully seek understanding. The student began the practices and applied much thought toward the inward struggles while doing them. The student noticed fear, frustration, and doubt, but maintained an open and willing mindset. This student learned much through continued persistent efforts with the practices while returning to the book to ensure they were done correctly. This student's life changed both inwardly and outwardly. All the students met for coffee after their experiences. Although they all read the same book, they found they had different results from how they responded. The students each continued their way of responding while believing their way was correct. They trusted in their own way of responding and set out to teach others. There's a movie that has another example that's similar to this. Ever see the movie Karate Kid? I'm referring to the original. The kid is instructed to wax a car and paint a fence. He does not understand why and does not want to do it, but because he wants to learn, he does it. At first he does it incorrectly and is corrected by his instructor. He then practices his physical movements to paint the fence and wax the car. After he is done, he is angry toward his instructor because he believes all he did was paint a fence and wax a car. He believes he wasted his time. The instructor had to show him what he learned because he could not see it. The student learned new practices and could perform them well, but still had to be shown. In today's world, we have teachers who know the words and practice as well, but do not understand them. We need more people to teach and help with spiritual understanding. I hope this parable has been of some help. Please visit inwardauthority.com to learn more. There's a lot that we can learn through good spiritual practices and introspection and continued listening and searching and seeking inward understanding. We each have a spirit within us that's available to teach us if we're open to it. Thank you and God bless.